Men over 60. Eat these 4 powerful nuts and avoid these 4 that may harm your health. You thought you were eating healthy. But what if I told you that some of the nuts sitting in your pantry, the ones you eat every day, might be silently draining your energy, clouding your memory, and putting your heart at risk? And the worst part, you're not alone. After 60, your body changes. What once helped might now hurt. Small snacks, big consequences. I still remember a gentleman named Richard. He was 67, proud of his disciplined lifestyle, walked every morning, took his vitamins, and every afternoon, without fail, he'd reach into the pantry for a handful of nuts. It's the healthy stuff. He'd tell his wife, grinning. But by the time he came to see me, he was feeling tired, foggy, and as he put it, not quite himself. Turns out, those nuts weren't helping. They were hurting. You see, after age 60, our bodies become incredibly sensitive to what we eat. The foods that once fueled us can quietly turn against us, especially when it comes to nuts, nature's snack that's often misunderstood. Let's start with the heroes. Let's begin with the 4 nuts you should be eating, the ones backed by science and years of clinical experience. These nuts don't just taste good. They support energy, brain clarity, hormonal health, and circulation, especially for aging bodies. 1. Brazil nuts, the thyroid guardian. 1 Brazil nut, that's all it takes. Brazil nuts are the richest natural source of selenium, a trace mineral that's crucial for thyroid function. According to the NIH, selenium helps activate thyroid hormones that regulate metabolism, mood, and memory, all of which decline subtly after age 60. NIH, Office of Dietary Supplements. Low selenium is linked with fatigue, weight gain, poor focus, and even reduced testosterone in men. One small study found that supplementing selenium improved mood and reduced anxiety in seniors. But instead of pills, 1 Brazil nut a day is often enough. Just 1, not a handful. Too much selenium can be toxic, so moderation is key. Keep them refrigerated, unshelled, if possible. It's nature's little powerhouse. Next, the nut that looks like your brain because it helps protect it. 2. Walnuts, the memory booster. Walnuts don't just look like your brain, they feed it. Rich in ALA, alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid, walnuts help preserve the flexible membranes of brain cells. That's important because, as we age, those membranes stiffen, communication between neurons slows, and memory begins to fade. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition, Health and Aging found that seniors who consumed walnuts regularly had higher cognitive scores, including better memory and processing speed. Even better, walnuts contain melatonin, the natural hormone that helps you sleep, which also declines with age. For older adults who struggle with insomnia, a few walnuts in the evening can help. Aim for 7 to 9 halves per day. Keep them cold and eat them with the skin. That's where most of the antioxidants live. These next nuts might already be in your breakfast bowl. 3. Almonds, the bone and brain protector. Almonds are a quiet hero in the senior diet. They're rich in magnesium, a mineral most older adults don't get enough of. Magnesium not only helps transport calcium to your bones, essential after age 60, but also calms the nervous system and supports memory function. According to research in Nutrients 2017, magnesium deficiency is associated with increased inflammation, cognitive decline, and even a higher risk of depression in seniors. Almonds also provide vitamin E, which protects against oxidative stress in the brain. Plus, their fiber content, 3.5 g per ounce, helps digestion, a common concern for aging adults. 15-20 almonds a day, preferably raw or dry roasted, unsalted. Chew thoroughly, especially if you have dental issues. And the most overlooked nut, it could be saving your eyesight. 4. Pistachios, the vascular vision saver. Pistachios might be small, but their impact is mighty. They're loaded with potassium over 280 milligrams per ounce, which helps lower blood pressure. They also contain lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 antioxidants that directly protect your retina from age-related degeneration. A study from the Journal of Nutrition noted that pistachios improved markers of blood sugar control and vascular health when eaten daily. They also contain fiber and healthy fats, making them ideal for managing cholesterol and supporting heart health. Choose naturally shelled pistachios to slow down your eating and improve satiety. 1 ounce, about 49 nuts per day, is a perfect dose. But while those nuts help, others quietly hurt you every day. Now, we move into dangerous territory. The 4 nuts you must avoid, not because they taste bad, but because after 60 your body no longer processes them the same way. 1. Peanuts, the inflammation time bomb. Peanuts are not nuts. They're legumes, grown underground, and that makes them highly susceptible to aflatoxins, invisible toxins that can damage your liver and immune system. Even more worrying, peanuts are pro-inflammatory. They can worsen arthritis, trigger joint pain, and raise your blood pressure when consumed in excess. They also tend to be highly salted, which is risky for older adults already managing hypertension. And for those on medications like blood thinners, peanuts contain vitamin K, which can interfere with absorption. Avoid them. Swap them for almonds or walnuts instead. This next one hides in healthy granola bars. Let's continue our journey into the powerful world of nuts and how they can redefine your health after 60. This common nut may be small, but its benefits for your heart and eyes are enormous. 4. Pistachios, the heart helper and vision protector. I want to tell you about my grandfather, a quiet man who never missed his daily ritual of sitting in his armchair each afternoon with a handful of pistachios. Back then, it just seemed like a quirky habit. But now, I realize it was a form of wisdom. Pistachios are among the most underrated superfoods for older adults. Rich in potassium, they help regulate blood pressure, especially crucial as arteries stiffen with age. 1 ounce contains more potassium than many fruits and vegetables. They're also rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 carotenoids that accumulate in the retina and protect against age-related macular degeneration. Your eyesight might not be what it used to be, but pistachios quietly protect the colors and clarity of your world. And for those managing diabetes or prediabetes, pistachios offer slow-release carbohydrates and fiber that help keep blood sugar stable. Not all nuts are created equal. Some could quietly undo all your healthy habits. But while these 4 nuts are your allies, others can be surprisingly harmful. Let's look at the nuts seniors should avoid. What if the nut you trust most is silently raising your blood pressure? 1. Peanuts, the inflammatory imposter. Peanuts may look innocent, but they're not even true nuts. They're legumes, and their growing conditions make them highly susceptible to aflatoxins, a toxic mold that you can't see or taste, but that can impact liver health and immune function. Peanuts are also inflammatory for many people, contributing to joint pain and brain fog. Add to that their common pairing with excessive salt and oils, and you have a snack that can raise blood pressure, disrupt your meds, and cause hidden inflammation. This next nut might be delicious, but it's quietly spiking your blood sugar and risking kidney trouble. 2. Cashews, the blood sugar sneaker. I had a patient named Linda, 70, who loved cashews. They were in her granola bars, salads, even smoothies. But cashews are high in carbs for a nut and can spike blood sugar levels. For older adults managing diabetes, that small handful adds up. Worse, they contain oxalates, natural compounds that can lead to kidney stones, especially in those already vulnerable, and their soft texture. It's been linked to choking hazards in older adults with weakened swallowing reflexes. Sometimes, the most luxurious nut hides the biggest danger. 3. Macadamia nuts, the silent weight gainer. Macadamias are buttery and rich and dangerously easy to overeat, but they're dense in saturated fats and calories. 1 small handful packs nearly 200 calories. For a slower metabolism, that can lead to silent weight gain. They're also risky for those with gallbladder issues or dental problems. Their hardness can crack dental work, and their fat load can trigger gallstone flare-ups. The final nut on our list might just be the most dangerous of all. 4. Pine nuts, the medication disruptor. Tiny but mighty in the wrong way. Pine nuts can cause pine mouth, a strange taste distortion that lasts for days, causing many seniors to eat less and unintentionally lose weight. That metallic taste may sound minor, but it can lead to nutrient deficiencies. More importantly, Pine nuts can interfere with the liver's ability to process common medications, including those for blood pressure, cholesterol, and mood. Add the choking risk, especially for those with dry mouth, and it's clear pine nuts are best avoided. So now, you know the full truth. The 4 nuts that quietly elevate your health, and the 4 that could be chipping away at your well-being one bite at a time. But what does this mean for your everyday choices? Lessen small bites. Big shifts. After all these years walking side by side with patients listening to their stories, their worries, their quiet hopes, I've learned something simple but powerful. Healing rarely begins with a dramatic change. It begins with a shift in awareness, a shift in intention, a shift in what you reach for each day. This isn't about demonizing certain foods or expecting you to throw out everything in your pantry. It's about listening to your body again and choosing to fuel it like you still care, because deep down, you do. And your body, even at 60, 70, or beyond, still responds. It still repairs. It still transforms. 4 simple nuts, Brazil nuts, almonds, walnuts, and pistachios offer profound support, not just for your heart or brain or hormones, but for your sense of control, dignity, and independence. When you eat them with intention, they become more than snacks. They become small acts of self-respect. On the other hand, those 4 common culprits, peanuts, cashews, macadamia nuts, and pine nuts, may have been part of your routine for decades. But after 60, your body becomes more sensitive, your medications more reactive, your needs more specific. Recognizing that isn't weakness. It's wisdom. And when you pair that wisdom with consistent action, you reclaim your power. Your next bite can be a new beginning. So here's what I ask of you. Not as a doctor, but as someone who believes in your future. Pick one change. Maybe it's swapping your peanuts for pistachios. Maybe it's adding 1 Brazil nut to your morning. Maybe it's removing that nut blend from your pantry shelf. Make it a ritual. Let it be a quiet moment of intention, a reminder that your health still matters, that you still matter. Then come back and tell us. Leave a comment below. Share your story. Tell us what you're trying, what you're letting go of, or simply say, I'm starting, and you'll find you're not alone. And if this video opened your eyes, share it with a friend, a sibling, a spouse, because one small choice today could change someone's energy, memory, sleep, or strength for years to come. You're not too old. It's not too late. And your body hasn't given up, so don't you dare give up on it. Not today. Not now.